for me, I would want to get it if I was in my room with it, where I mix. You know, I listen 12 hours a day, 350 days a year. Then, I would probably look at the. I mean, this is just kind of a reference mix for us to hear right now, but I would certainly go back and look at all those tracks if I was mixing it, just because. I would, even doing it here, I'd want to just bring each of these tracks out, listen to them one at a time, and really work on the blend and the EQ, right? We're not really doing much to them right at this point.
Maybe I was not precise, but how do you follow the bassist's instructions or recommendations when when the bassist says he wants something to be done?
Well, we have that, and actually with that amp completely down, I would probably just go back and listen to all those tracks again. I'm trying to, we're certainly trying to get what he wants and he's comfortable playing with. He's got to feel comfortable in the room playing, or it's like, well, this feels like crap. I don't want to do this. So you got to make sure he feels comfortable, and then I would go back and look at all these tracks individually and mix and really fine tune the sounds and the spread. Yeah, I mean, rule number one, if he's playing here, he's got to feel comfortable, because he's the guy creating the song. So whatever it makes to make him feel comfortable sound-wise, if he wants Ben to wear a funny hat,
do anything.
Dance.
Imagine it wasn't Hadrien, it was just like common band, not star band or something. Would you still hear their recommendations and
Yes. I mean, I'll listen to the point that I think they're out of their mind and they're killing their tune, and then I'll tell them, but you have to. I mean, you still have to keep an open mind, because people can have really goofy ideas that actually might really work in the song.
Mm-hmm.
It might just become like. One thing I can help bands do is in 45 years I've been down all the weird rabbit holes. Let's put the microphone in the can, and we put it in the, I've done it, I know which of those are like, don't waste your time.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always open to trying stuff, and then, if we try it that way, we can try it another way, and we see which one works better for the song. In the 70s and 80s, I spent a lot of nights up all night in the studio with a lot of really high musicians trying to make every weird trick, and I know some of them that just won't work, but I really think it's worth pursuing if somebody's got an odd, cool idea. You gotta check it out. You don't have to follow it to the bitter end if it's not working, but it's definitely always worth checking.
So right now you've recorded this stuff, and the question is, was it a finished tune, or are you about to add something? Because imagine some Hollywood producer, offers you to buy this for some of his movies. Would you add something to it? Would you rework it somehow? Would you just like it finished?
Yeah, I would. If it was only a bass, I mean, first of all, it wouldn't be if it was only a bass song, so with only basses, right?
Like the ending cast of the film,
It's starting.
or starting cast, just like for this part of the movie.
Well, I would obviously, yeah, I would polish it a little more.
And Mark, maybe you would change something in the mix, and
There's some of the second part, like that last track that we did, I'd probably want to find a cooler way to have that come in and really expand something stereo rather than using it as a full double. I would probably cut it up and have it really kind of use it as I would use that last track. I would probably cut it up and have it be more like a stereo chorus, little accents that spread up rather than a full double. I think that would work better. I think that would clear it up. And it might go back and look at all the little melody tracks, see if we wanted to tighten anything up. But I think a lot of it would be that last track I'd need to really cut up and just have that be just a cool little accent effect that would come in.
Also, maybe I would add a drum, like a percussive, like some kind of something with my bass. I mean, that's probably what I would do to really finish it and make it clearer.
All right. But the guy was asking.
Yeah, if you want to take, I mean, I can take a second, just kind of cut some of this up and see if what the idea is in my head is actually working in reality. You know?
I mean, the question was, which exact plugins would you use to get this stereo?
I don't know until I do it. I kind of know in my mind. Yeah, I'll cut let me just cut a few and see if my idea works here. This is just really rough, but I would go through all the tracks to try to, like, this one I'd probably use this. You know, just like some little axes to come in. So every other one I'm doing now. So I would like maybe alternate every other one, some kind of thing, you know. I'd have to hear how that's working. Something like that works against the other parts. I would do, I would spend 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. I would go through and just look at every little thing and try to make it as cool as possible. I mean, I don't know if you hear what that effect is doing when I'm just having it cut in and out on like alternate lines on that little high one. I would just do those kind of little accent things as much as I could all the way through the tune to make every little moment special.
Accent things, right?
Yeah, and just using effects and rise to really make little moments stand out and be special. That would kind of... So
he's got.
So what I'm doing on there right now is I'm using. Oh, let me get rid of that one. So I'm using that and dimension. So basically, I'm using. Get rid of this one. That's it. So I'm using this like eighth note that goes to this dimension D, which is an old rolling chorus, and then on the room channel, I was actually like overdriving the room channel, making it really kind of narrow, taking all the top and bottom out of it, so it's kind of just a mid-range, distorting it, and then I was running it back to an echo chamber. That's what I would kind of the first thought off the top of my head, which sounds. I mean, if I soloed just that track, these two, I mean that's kind of just the first effect that came to my head. And then, so it'll alternate with this one.
The question, it's mine too, by the way. How did you make, how did you delay just separate parts, not the whole track? Because we would use automatization for this, but you just, you highlighted some fragments and put it right on them. How did you do that?
Well, I don't think that this second double bass part, I don't think it needs to play all the way through. So I'm just picking particular little sections, because he played this bass part, then he played like one that kind of doubled it.
Yeah.
It wasn't an exact double.
Yeah.
Which is, I think it's better if I chop that part up. And
you just chop it, but
I'm just chopping it up and using little sections and putting the effect across that whole track.
Where it's gray.
Yeah, but the question is, how do you exactly, chop some separate playlist, right? And
yeah, that's what I'm doing. I put it to a playlist, I chop it, and then I'd go and fade those in and out. I might paste some of them around different spots, but I would find the real cool moments to really... What I'm trying to do is take this track, So I want to find I want to take that track, and every now and then I want to add just like these cool little accents that kind of... First listen, I think that should be every, I think it should be every other one of these, Try to turn that off, and I turn it. And I would just find these little special moments. I would find some special little moments where I think it really needs to the sound just changes